A problem that I see time and again with the clients that I advise is that often they get stuck in one wave and they just keep doing one thing.
Most people are entrepreneurs, business owners, and often we're day to day. We're fighting fires. We're in the trenches, just building stuff and doing stuff in our business. And it feels like the demands of everyday life, everyday tasks in our business they're screaming at us. And it's like, if I don't do it, who else is going to do it? And often limited time, resources, team, et cetera, et cetera. So I really relate to what you said of extricating ourselves from the work that isn't actually moving us towards the vision of where we want to go. But like, that's hard. Any guidance, advice? How do we do that more effectively?
Yeah, I mean, that is the big challenge always. And I can empathize as someone who's been self-employed for the past 15 years. I experienced it myself. I think there's a couple of key points. The first one is to understand also that, and there's a concept that I talk about in the long game called thinking in waves. And I think this is important because, we have to recognize, if we actually are going to be strategic over the long term, that you might be able to do everything. I mean, let's hope, right? If you're an entrepreneur, you want to do everything, but you just can't do it all at the same time. And we have to make our peace with that. And that is okay. In fact, it is a good thing that there are periods where we over-index on certain things. And so, for instance, if you are somebody that has been running a business that has been impacted in some dramatic way, either positively, I hope, or negatively by COVID, for the past 18 months, things might have just really been bonkers for you. And if that is the case, you need to deal with that. There's not really bandwidth for other things. You need to do what you need to do. But that being said, we will eventually come out of that. And a problem that I see time and again with the clients that I advise is that often they get stuck in one wave and they just keep doing one thing. And it becomes problematic because where we succeed is in being able to shift to other things. So, I mean, for instance, there's a lot of people that have had personal responsibilities or caregiving responsibilities during COVID. I mean, if you have a sick relative, that's what you got, and you can't beat yourself up that you're not doing all the sort of extracurricular professional development activities that you might want to do under other circumstances. You are dealing with the cards as they're dealt. That being said, there is a season for everything. And it's just when it is appropriate, you need to turn your time and your attention to over-index on other things. Right now, for instance, practically all I'm doing is marketing my book. That's the appropriate season for me because my book is launching in 3 weeks. It would be irresponsible for me to do other things. But once this is over, am I going to take time off? Yeah, I'm planning in January and February of next year. I'm planning to have what I'll call a quasi sabbatical. I'm not getting rid of all work, but I'm reducing things by like 90% during those 2 months to kind of detox, because specifically I have been overworking and over-indexing right now. So I think it's just a question of seeing where you are in the wave cycle and understanding if you can't do it now, that's fine, but just pick a time on the calendar when you know you can and ensure that it happens.